again, as we have our friend Rhino from ProDiff here on the desk. A lot of pressure on OVO as he is the most reliable form of primary engage on either team, honestly.
Dice his way out of there. That being said, Nayo going to make a counterplay on the bottom side of the map here. Fish 1 is quite low.
We'll see if this dive is successful. Zika has a teleport available, but they're looking for something on the top side instead. Already a stun lands onto OVO, who does a nice job of making sure that wave's not in a great spot. Still going to be a risky play, but in goes Nayo. They're going to go down at least 1 for 1, as both supports will drop, but overall First Blood goes over to NIP. Bot laners that we have before we get a couple of items and get later on into the game. So I feel like overall things will be pretty chill for them, as LNG with the bottom lane of NIP rotating top lane, gonna be able to pick up that first dragon once again.
I think that's the plus, is no bad plays have happened yet. That being said, Fish 1 may have just cast or cursed them immediately. Yeah, there goes the all-out. Fish 1 at the flash away, but a Pathmaker forward in the final Intofo strike will take him down as Solo Kill lives up to his name and takes down the Smolder once more in this game lives. Number 2. As we get another skirmish on the top side, as Zika will get the kill on Nayo. That tower shot burning him down. And it's a 1-for-1 extended across the map. As immediately as we say not a lot of action, we get some more. Zenith Blade from OVO, not going to connect. The stun does onto Niket. I think he should be alright, although Zika is in the area with the dominance. The objectives going in favor of LNG.
Yeah, I mean, normally when you rotate your bot lane to the top side of the map, it's to get early access to the grubs, but not happening right now here for NIP, as Niket taking a ton of damage from the brand passive and will burn down for Feats of Warfare secured by LNG.
If you are a fan of LNG and you hope this goes to 3, is that it's not just LNG in this series who have been Game 3 merchants, but oh my goodness, the damage on Solo Kill.
Man, I it's the strength.
Yeah, but this is so tough. Fish 1 is at half health, and he has no ultimate. So this is going to be a very difficult fight for LNG to take if they want to try.
OVO stepping forward, landing that Solar Flare, and the Zenith Blade on to leave, who pops the Dawning Shadow and will be able to keep his teammates healthy for now. The Arcane Storm, the Swirl Seed, there's the Lilting Lullaby and well, stunning up 2. Zhao Feng is down as Nayo makes him pay, but Fish 1 is still alive. The Shock Blast will take down the Lilia, making it a 1-for-1, but Doinby's still chasing. Doinby's got himself OVO, and Hai Chao is the next target, forced to flash away. And IP down there for LNG. And so nicely done by them to stabilize things. It looked like came in for a little bit. Things could have had the potential of getting out of hand quick. Now, LNG want to make a response onto the top side. A teleport has come in from Hai Chao, but he's going to get immediately Pathmakered in. Nicely done by Zika to cancel and at least tank up some of that turret. And he flashes forward to pick up a kill and actually only gets executed. So not any gold going into the hands of Solo Kill off of that play.
It's a really nice counter map movement there coming in from LNG, and really well played, as you pointed out, by Zika. They're able to pick up this top lane tier 1 as well, so it's generated a huge lead in the bot lane, and we already talked about NIP scaling so well. If you're just going to be able to play this front to back with this Senna being able to pump out damage, this has been one of Leave's scariest champions this year. In fact, it's the one that teams are the most scared of in terms of their ban rate, so a lot of pressure is going to be on him and on Doinby, and at least for now, that feels pretty good.
Yeah, LNG having some good scaling with the brand and the Smolder. Definitely have some on NIP's side as well. As OVO going very aggressive, not landing that Solar Flare on to leave though, and he's going to pay for it with his life. As cleanses away from the Lilting Lullaby. And going to be able to flash away from the Dawning Shadow, and now Leave maybe stepping a little bit too far forward. OVO might have found that opportunity to Shield of Daybreak and to stun him up. The burn from the Leandries will not be enough as he heals up with the Piercing Light. And Nayo here to finish off the rest of LNG, getting himself a double kill. Looking for OVO with the tower to poke a little bit, but it still should be controlled by Zhao Feng and the rest of his squad, as that is a big objective now picked up for them. However, the fight in the mid lane going well right now for NIP as Doinby and Leave. You can see the power that these two champions as NIP seems like they want the fight. They force a flash out of Fish 1, and now they can turn their sights back to the objective, which is that 7,000 HP. OVO getting rooted up again by Leave, who's doing a really good job at controlling space and making sure that LNG have no path forward unless it is certainly to their doom. OVO uses the Zenith Blade, but it'll be met with an early grave, as now Nayo is getting chunked out a little bit. the Otacon's at 2,000 HP, but Zhao Feng's not able to get into the pit. A beautiful all-out from Solo Kill keeps the brand out. And that's NIP controlling this major objective. Swirl Seed now landing on a Fish 1. They should be able to burn him down, but in comes Zika. Hops the Dominus Pop. It's going to be able to take down Niket, but will go down in a trade by Doinby. At this point, in a great position on, as you said, K-Man, one of his best champions. As time really ticking now for LNG. OVO going in again, but not able to find a primary engage, and now Niket going to be burned down just a little bit. As nicely done here by the poke here of LNG to keep this at least even for now, but in goes OVO again, but he will get taken out. Both supports end up dropping though, as Zika is on a flank, looking for Naya with the Dominus popped, gets the empowered stun. The shock blast from Haichao going to burn down Naya as well. But now the follow-up damage from NIP can commence. The Dawning Shadow going to keep their members alive. Zika looking for a kill, but Naya will survive.
That are playing well this game. The solo laners on Renekton and Jace, they just don't have the combat power at this stage of the game to be able to contest, and they are really paying the price for it.
How NIP are able to withstand some things that maybe did not go their way at the start and turning it into good situations for themselves still. The real question as we continue to move throughout this season, though, K-Man, this is the last regular season matchup in Group Nirvana for NIP. What they can do against tougher opponents as we continue to move along. And so we're going to find another fight in the mid lane. Nio going golden early, but look at Solo Kill finding a flank onto Fish One and forcing him to flash away. Now the Kastante going to go all out onto Zika, looking for a flash forward and taking down the brand. Will be burning down and taken down, though, in response. A 1-for-1 overall as NIP.
Very difficult for them to play. That being said, the Shock Blast is up again, and Leave going to take quite a bit of damage there. Luckily, he's Senna, so he's going to be able to heal through it. But at this point, OVO just has to walk up
OVO.
to a certain demise.
Can't be there, buddy, as he stepped the wrong way there. Doinby getting the kill, and now with the 4v5, NIP feeling a little bit more comfortable to start up this objective potentially, but instead going to turn their sights towards Haichao. The Arcane Storm coming down. Nio landing the Lilting Lullaby onto the Jade's going to land to sleep, and with Zhao Feng in a bad position as well, should mean that both members will drop. The burn comes through from Nio. It's a 3-0 on NIP's side as they'll turn their sights towards the Baron.
NIP Ninjas in Pyjamas emerging as a true contender here at the end of Group Nirvana. They've looked as good as they have all year long in this series, and they continue to put the pressure on LNG. They recognize that Zika is on this massive flank with the Renekton, and they realize they can just take this fight 3v5 very easily.
Off the board. They made moves, not necessarily for this Nirvana phase just came in. They made moves to try and do better in the playoffs, where they have fallen flat over these past couple of seasons. And so that's going to be the real test for them. Not necessarily how they do in this group, although it has been great so far. How far can this take them? Because honestly, at this point, WE and FPX not playing super well. JDG, bit of a question mark too. NIP could be in a position to go on a pretty interesting playoff run.
NIP have made it very clear as an organization what their goal is, and it's Worlds. They don't care that they're in Group Nirvana. They feel like they can make this happen, as we see Doinby and Haichao just trading on the top side. Xiaofeng is making his way here. This could be scary for Doinby.
Haichao flashing in, trying to find something, but Doinby is just...
as you stated. And at this point, the gold lead has ballooned entirely out of control. There is really no way back into this for LNG.
Picks up his third item, but it's just a rapid fire at this point. Not sure if he has enough juice even on this Smolder, despite the stacks being in a pretty good position right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's been able to catch up quite a bit over the past couple of minutes because LNG have just been losing everywhere else, but you can't protect against that.
He gets chunked down severely as OVO going to go in despite the rest of his team getting chunked out, immediately flashing away, but the Arcane Storm going to burn him down, and now the resets will start to come in. No Baron buff, but it might not even be needed now for Ninjas in Pyjamas to try to close out this game. They're going to break open the base, take this top lane inhibitor, mid lane next to follow. As LNG in a 4v5 still have the brand, still have the Smolder, but will it be enough to save the game, to save potentially their season? Not sure if that is going to be the case. Second inhibitor will go down, and we'll see if the NIP continue the push.
Yeah, Shock Blaster coming in. Zika's already popped the Dominus, though. It's going to be very difficult to fight this out. Fish One already getting chunked.
Oh, nearly getting hit by that root. That could have really sealed the deal. As Zika doing his best to try to just clear the way, but it's going to cost him his Steric Shield. As he'll be forced to go back to the fountain. Now OVO has respawned and has his ulti available, so now it is a full 5v5. But NIP still not going to be super upset with that, as they're doing a lot with Leave's range to just burn down these Nexus turrets, as LNG feels suffocated in their own base at this point. As Ninjas in Pyjamas looking to put a bedtime story down onto LNG 2025 season. The burn damage comes through from Xiaofeng. It's not nearly enough. In they go for one potential final fight. Xiaofeng goes golden. He's forced to flash away. Solo kill. Lands the end. Topho strikes onto Fish One, and that should do it. It's a double kill already for Leave. Looking for Zika. He's forced to flash on out, but Leave will not let him. It's a triple kill. It's a quadra kill. Only Zika remains. Leave on his signature champion in the final game of the regular season for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Gets himself a pentakill, and he'll send NIP up to 9-1 to wrap up the split.
Leave no doubt.